Italy.
Get ready. Attention.
Lucio Fugasotto of Italy now underway. He's got plenty of pedigree in this event. He was the champion in 2023 in the under-19 men's solos. He won bronze last year. He'll be looking to take another medal home with him in a way. Cleanly there. Fugasotto of Italy. It's now Li of China coming back into the beach. He's only got a couple of strokes left, so it'll be important to try and be as clean as possible. Out of the water, just fallen into the water now, into the final sprint, and it will be Li of China will be the first to push the button here in 2025.
Attention.
It's Portugal's Denis Oliveira who is now underway. A nice sprint out towards the water, into the boat now and looking to take off cleanly. Out, coming back onto the beach now. It is Felix Krones of Germany. So Qinghua Li of China set a 2:44.09. It's top 8 to go through as we just see Krones now very cleanly out of the boat. The big sprint up towards the finish. He'll be looking to qualify directly through to the knockout stages as Krones makes the dive and crosses the line. 2:34.58, quickest so far.
Attention.
Let's wait for this next race to start.
And the big cheer goes up for Youssef Morsi of Egypt as he heads down towards the water, jumping into the boat. And he is now away, pushed off by the boat handlers. Fugasotto of Italy coming into the beach now. Again, one of those rowers that'll be looking to qualify directly through to the finals at the top of the course. Oliveira now into his final turn to come back on as Fugasotto now. Another clean run onto the beach, sprinting up around the flag now, coming up towards the finish. Let's see what time he has set. It is for Lucio Fugasotto, 2:38.35, so the second fastest out of the three so far.
Attention.
Is it live?
And here on the beach we got Felix from Germany. You just finished your race. Was the first time trials. You are the first athletes that we are going to interview. So talk to me about the condition out there.
Yeah, it's a little bit wavy, but I think we can row pretty well out there. And yeah, I hope it gets more wavy.
In the water.
You were really fast out there.
Yeah. It's my strength out there to row.
Czechia.
Get ready.
So Oliveira of Portugal just finishing up. He's in third place, 2:42.31. Lukas Krosek of Czechia underway. He was third at the Europeans just a few weeks ago. So he'll be looking again, a few very strong contenders through the early stages of this time trial in the men's under-19 solos. The rower just coming back onto the course now is Youssef Morsi from Egypt. So just a little bit slow going around the boys towards the start. We saw Oliveira from Portugal. It's so important with the beach, with the handlers on the beach, to try and make sure that their rowers are staying away from those boys. As we just see now, Morsi, a big cheer coming up as he makes the sprint onto the final stages. And it is Yusuf Morsi of Egypt pressing the buzzer. We'll wait for that time. So a 2:45.01 for Yusuf Morsi of Egypt.
Attention.
And if it's not going to work, will it not work like during time trial?
And we are underway. Sol Chamberlain-Hyde of Great Britain. He's the European champion. He was the coastal mixed double sculls champion last year. And he is one of the hot favourites for this event. A great sprint and a great start as we just see Spain's Ignacio Ramon Borja Garcia coming onto the beach now, rounding the flag. He hit a boy just coming into the final sprint, but he'll go through and tap as we just wait for the time there for Ramon Borja Garcia of Spain. And that's a 2:30.15, so that is the quickest time so far. So the quickest time for the Spaniard. Some very quick rowers still to come.
Attention.
Canada's Oliver Brennan now underway. We'll see him in the mixed double sculls along with Autumn Pryor a little bit later on today. He was 22nd in this event in 2024, so he'll be looking to try and better that result as much as possible. Coming back onto the beach now, Lukas Krajcek of Czechia, just having a little bit of steering issues, going a little bit wider than he might have necessarily hoped for as he just comes on for the sprint. A nice clean off the boat and a big sprint up towards the finish here. Let's see what time Krajcek sets for Czechia. And that's a 2:40.27, so that was fourth fastest so far for Lukas Krajcek.
Really sure. How was that? Yeah, how was that? You know, how to sum up your race.
Attention.
Something that they'll then talk. If they go on to the let's see how it goes.
Eduardo Vasquez of Paraguay sprinting now onto the boat. This is the first time we've seen Paraguay here at the World Beach Sprint Finals, and he is now underway. So just a little slow with the first couple of strokes, couple of waves just starting to come through, but now well and truly onto the sprint as we just see here. Sol Chamberlain-Hyde, the European champion. He is a world champion from 2024. The big sprint coming up here from the British rower. Head bobbing as he comes up towards the line, pushes the button, and we will wait to see what that time is. It is a 2:35.33, so that is the third fastest. So Spain with the quickest time so far, Germany in second, and Great Britain in third.
Attention.
And we've just seen the first Thai rower at the World Beach Sprint Finals, Trarat Panthong. He is now into the boat being pushed off, and a very nice start there from Panthong. He's also entered into the under-19 mixed double sculls, so we'll see him again a little bit later on. A number of these rowers backing it up across the mixed doubles and also the solos.
In the water.
Oliver Brennan from Canada now just coming up towards the beach.
Ireland.
Get ready. Attention.
And let's cross now to Luca with the British rower.
Third best time here.
Yeah, it's gonna good. Yeah.
What are you expecting it?
Hoping for it, but never know what the other's gonna perform like. So
You like this flat water?
Not what I'm used to, like not what I train for, but just make the most of all conditions.
Thank you very
Put
much.
the boats in the water.
Eduardo Vasquez of Paraguay just coming up towards the beach now. Just took that little bit of a wide line. You could
Get
see the
ready.
handlers making sure, trying to get him to go towards the finish. So it is Vasquez of Paraguay onto the beach now. A big sprint coming up here from Vasquez, the first Paraguayan rower
Attention.
at the World Beach Sprint Finals.
The boat handlers can't hear the boats in the water.
And Yasin Musemlis from Greece. He was knocked out by Fugazotto in the European titles. He was a silver medalist in the men's double sculls, the under-19 men's double sculls, and in the Junior World Championships earlier on this year, and also competed in the World Cup Lucerne event. So plenty of flatwater skills, and certainly motoring off the once he got into the boat
boats
off
in the
the
water.
beach. The Thai sculler Panthong now just coming up towards the beach here. A nice
Get
straight
ready.
line through the final stage.
Attention.
But we'll still have, as long as, like, if we have music going.
And it's a first appearance of the finals for Cyprus, Marinos Theodorou, who is now into the boat, a little bit slow into the boat, just pushing off now as he heads onto the course. So we've just seen Trairat Panthong. He was a 253.57, so he's the 9th quickest so far. So it is still Spain, Germany and Great Britain, our three
Put the
fastest
boats in the
crews
water.
through the early stages of this men's under-19s solos. The Irish sculler Sean Hart now
Get ready.
just coming onto the beach and about to do his sprint to the line.
See the start. He can anchor. I mean, you can sort of just see it, but if we were, I would have
Attention.
this corner of our thing with the corner of that. So like we're a corner piece, and then we're in the bowl.
Makishi Miura from Japan underway now. Jumps into the boat and off nice and cleanly. So we've just had Sean Hart from Ireland. He came through in a 10:53.91. So he's sitting in 10th place at the moment through the early stages of this time trial. Coming up towards the beach now for the sprint through to the line. It is Yasin Musalimas of
Put
Greece.
the boats in the water.
Made the knockouts in the Europeans. A nice clean run.
Lithuania.
Great transition
Get
onto the
ready.
beach. A big sprint finish. And a 240.65 for Musalimas.
Am I getting there?
Attention.
Also, a handrail on the side. I'm picking my Okay, how's everyone doing?
Majas Gabriunas of Lithuania sprinting down towards the boat. Jumps in and away he goes. So he was competed here a few weeks ago at the European titles with a win against the individual neutral athlete before losing in the quarterfinals to Marcus Vix of Estonia. So he's away nice and cleanly on the course at the moment. We have Marinos Theodorou of Cyprus, and then
Put
who's
the
just coming up
boats in
towards
the
the beach
water.
now. And then just coming around the final turning buoy is the Japanese rower Makishi Miura.
Finland.
Get ready. Attention.
Kasper Salmi of Finland now underway into the boat and heading on through. So Musalimas of Greece sitting in 6th place after his time trial, the 240.65. Theodorou of Cyprus, a 254.75. So he's sitting in 13th place, and at this stage will go through
Put the
to the
boats
second time
in the
trial.
water.
The rower just coming onto the beach now is the Japanese rower Makishi Miura.
Get ready.
And a nice sprint around the flag towards the line.
Keep monitoring it. The thing is, I have to sort of talk.
Attention.
But I will try.
And now the Austrian Vincent Schreiber underway. He won in the knockouts in the European titles against the Swiss Sculler and then lost to Kryzek 0.026 of a second. So again, he'll be one of those rowers looking to qualify directly through to the knockout stages. As we just see the Lithuanian sculler Gabrionas coming into the beach now. Coming around the top of the course is Kasper Salmi
Put the
from
boats
Finland.
in the water.
So Gabrionas now onto the beach,
Switzerland.
Get
into the
ready.
sprints.
Attention.
And we've just got a false start there for the Swiss Sculler.
Press the button again, otherwise it won't stop.
Please return, Switzerland. Please return to the start.
No, it's not his fault.
Get ready.
Attention.
So the Swiss Sculler away cleanly now. Andrin Biberstein out in the knockout stages to Schreiber of Austria. So he'll be looking to try and take some level of revenge there. Just a 2-second loss, as we just see now. Kasper Salmi of Finland crossing over the line. Gabrionas in a 244.27. He's in 9th place at the moment, so out of those qualification positions. Kasper Salmi of Finland with a 303.19, so in 17th at the moment. As we just see Vincent Schreiber of Austria coming up towards the beach in a nice line at the moment. So as he's coming on, he'll be looking for that nice quick transition into
Put
the
the
sprint.
boats in the
A
water.
slight stumble, but he is now into the final stages.
Peru.
Get ready. Attention.
We might need to reposition your box. You need to latch and unlatch when you're not stroking inside latch.
Juan Jose Moreira Puello of Peru underway now. So he is on to coming up towards the first turning buoy. On the course it is Andrin Biberstein of Switzerland, Vincent Schreiber of Austria at
Put the boats in the
239.74.
water.
So he is in the qualification positions to go directly through to the knockout rounds. He's sitting in 5th place.
Estonia.
Get ready. Attention.
The Estonian Marcus Vix now sprinting down towards the down towards his boat. And he pushes off. He was one of the stories of the European Championships here just a few weeks ago. He narrowly qualified for the knockout stages, but once he got into those knockout stages, he had wins against Germany, Lithuania and Spain, only losing in the A final to Sol Chamberlain Hyde. So it was a great race, and showing in this form of rowing that once you get into the knockout stages, absolutely anything can happen.
United States.
It is still Morea Puello from Peru on the course at the moment, just coming into the final sprint back to the beach.
Attention.
Rowan Ma of the USA is underway. So a quick sprint down towards the start, pushes off nicely and heading now with his nice start towards the first of the boys. So we'll see him again, one of many rowers that will be participating in the mixed under-19 mixed double sculls. He'll be rowing with Ophelia Weiss of the USA. So coming up a little bit later on. Coming onto the beach now, it is Juan Jose Morea Puello of Peru.
Turkey.
Get ready. Attention.
As the local lad, Tala Selik of Turkey, underway now. The first of the local rowers. They've got a full squad of 10 crews here, making the most of the home finals. And he is now just a little bit of waves starting to come up, but he is now well and truly underway. Marcus Vix of Estonia now, just coming back onto the beach. Just going a little bit further across than he might have necessarily hoped for behind him. Rowan Ma of the USA really making some good time.
Poland.
He's round the final buoy and into the final sprint down towards the beach.
Attention.
And the Polish rower Adam Kowalczyk's underway now into the boat. And he is now off. So made it through to the knockouts at the European titles. And a nice good start there from Kowalczyk. Marcus Vix from Estonia, 251.99. So it's 15th fastest, so we will have to go through to the second time trial. Our top 8 at the moment, we have Ignacio Raman Borjar, the fastest qualifier so far. Felix Krones of Germany sitting in second. Sol Chamberlain Hyde in third.
Get ready. Attention.
Romania's Raul Constantin Lupu is underway. So he was 5 seconds off qualifying for the knockout stages at the European titles. And just a little slow getting into the boat, but now getting underway. Rowan Ma from the USA at 249.77. So he's in that 13th. He's 13th fastest at the moment. Just going back through some of the other qualifiers. Fugazzotto of Italy in 4th place at the moment. And then Schreiber of Austria in 5th place. Krajcek of Czechia in 6th. Musolimus of Greece in 7th. And in the final qualification, Oliveira of Portugal.
Attention.
Enrique Cristiano Morelos Olivares of Mexico is now underway around the flag and on to the beach. We just saw Rona Ma with the 249.77 sitting in 13th. Tala Silik of Turkey in a 250.74. Oktay is down with Tala at the moment.
Evet, Talha ile birlikteyiz. İlk sporcumuz oldu. Piste çıkan Talha, nasılsın? Nasıl hissediyorsun?
İyiyim. Burada olmak iyi bir duygu. Ya öyle.
Ukraine.
Nasıldı? Parkur nasıldı? Biraz parkurdan bahseder misin?
Parkur her zamanki gibi.
Sporcumuz şu anda çok heyecanlı. Kendisine başarılar diyoruz. Bir sonraki turda kendine iyi bak Talha. Başarılar.
Attention.
Ukraine's Mykola Tomchai is underway now, sprinting down towards his boat, getting in there and pushing away nicely. So it was 3 seconds off qualifying for the knockout stages in the European titles. He was in the under-19 men's quad sculls in the classic flat water rowing earlier on this year. So plenty of pedigree for his rowing. As we just see now, the Romanian sculler Rau Constantin Lupu coming up towards the beach. Adam Kowalczyk from Poland,
Hong Kong,
ninth
China.
place in a 243.58, just outside those qualification positions.
Attention.
It is Hong Kong, China's Hoi Him Sang, who is now on the sprint into the boat and pushing off. So just a few rowers left to go. We've got 4 rowers left to start here in the under-19 men's solos time trial. As we just see Morelos Olivares of Mexico coming up towards the finish line. At the top of the course, it is Tom Chai from Ukraine.
El Salvador.
Get ready. Attention.
Diego Fernando Peña Fuentes makes history as the first El Salvadorian rower to compete at the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. So into the boat now, and he is off and racing. So the first time El Salvador has competed in the World Beach Sprint Finals. And we'll see him in the junior mixed, in the under-19 mixed double sculls with Natalia Juliet Townsend. So Townsend to race later on, as we just see the Ukrainian rower Mykolai Tomchai onto the beach now and about to push the button. We'll wait to see what time he set.
Saudi Arabia, ready.
Get ready. Attention.
Muflef Al-Khaldi of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is underway now. He is our third last rower of the time trial for the men's under-19 solos, and away nice and cleanly. Our results a little bit earlier on. We've got Rau Constantin Lupu of Romania with a 251.36. That puts him in 19th at the moment. Enrique Morelos Olivares of Mexico in a 251.82. So he's sitting in 20th with Mykola Tomchai of Ukraine, 246.65. So that puts him in 14th. So those rowers all going through to the second time trial tomorrow.
Attention.
Sri Lanka's Denver Deheragoda is now underway. Our second last rower of this time trial into the boat and off now on the course. We do have Diego Fernando Peña Fuentes of El Salvador. He's just coming into the final stages of the sprint back to the line. Going around the final turning buoy is Saudi Arabia's Alcalde.
Put the boats in the water.
And just the one rower left to go in this first event.
American Samoa.
Get ready. Attention.
And another row makes history as Carneal Lilio, a first ever American Samoa competitor here at the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. There's a team of two. We'll see him combining with Tupulua Vaioli in the mixed doubles, in the under-19 mixed double sculls. So Carneal Lilio of American Samoa, our final rower underway here in the under-19 men's. So Diego Fernando Peña Fuentes of El Salvador, 307.91, so he's sitting in 29th at the moment. We have Saudi Arabia's Mufler Alcalde just coming up towards the beach now. Coming around the final turning buoy is Denver Dehergoda of Sri Lanka. And then Lilio of American Samoa just coming up now towards the second of the turning buoys. Alcalde with the big sprint for Saudi Arabia. He set a 302.38, so he will be going through to the time trials tomorrow. And just the two rowers left to go now for Sri Lanka and American Samoa before we move on to the women's under-19 solos. So Dehergoda of Sri Lanka coming around the flag, the big sprint out towards the finish. As we just wait for confirmation of the time, our final rower, Carneal Lilio of American Samoa, now into his final sprint back towards the line. You can see the boat handlers just guiding him back towards the beach. So a 309.76 for Dehergoda of Sri Lanka. So as we just wait on our final rower to cross over the line, our top eight as things stands. In first place, Ignacio Ramon Borja Garcia of Spain. Second place, Felix Krones of Germany. Third, Sol Chamberlain Hyde of Great Britain. Lucia Fucuzotto of Italy in fourth. Vincent Schreiber of Austria in fifth. Lucas Krajcek of Czechia in sixth. Yasin Musalimis of Greece in seventh. And Denis Oliveira of Portugal in eighth. As we just see now, our final rower cross over the line for American Samoa. It is Carneal Lilio in a 3:38.44.
And here in the boat park, we just bumped into Nacho, who was the fastest sculler here in the times trial. So, Nacho, what are you expecting to be the fastest today?
Well, I have worked a lot these last 2 months and in general this last year. And I went to the time trial to do all my best. And I was expecting to be in the maybe first 5 positions. But being the fastest one is very. I am very excited about that.
Well, you are excited about the weekend for sure. Great start, but talk to me about the conditions. What are conditions are there?
Well, it isn't very, very, very easy, but in general, there were maybe some waves, but in general, very good conditions and normal conditions. Like in Spain, we have worse conditions, and well, that's it.
What do you like the most about beach sprinting? One word? One word?
Explosive.
Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. So next, we got the under-19 women solo. I can see the grandstand is filling up. You can see me on the screen. So please, I want to hear some noise from you. Let's hear some noise from the grandstands now. And then back to the DJ, our wonderful DJ Covell.
Thank you. That was great.
So just confirming those times in the men's under-19 solos. So fastest time was Ignacio Ramon Borja Garcia of Spain at 2:30.15. He was 4.5 seconds quicker than Felix Krones of Germany. Sol Chamberlain Hyde of Great Britain in third in a 2:35.33. Lucio Fugazotto of Italy a 2:38.35. Vincent Schreiber a second behind in fifth place.
United
Lucas Kryzek
States.
of Czechia in sixth. Yasin Musalimas of Greece in seventh, and Dinis Oliveira.
Attention.
We are underway in the women's under-19 solos, and it is the USA's Ophelia Weiss who is our first rower away. So the wind now just picking up a little bit. We're getting a few droplets of rain starting to come through. But Weiss of the USA, we'll see her in the junior mixed double sculls along with Rowan Ma, who raced a little bit earlier on today.
Get ready.
Ma finishing in 15th on the times in the men's.
Attention.
Plenty of cheers from the crowd as Spain's Alejandra Garcia Dominguez is underway now. So a very quick sprint down towards the boat, and she is now underway with a big push from the boat handlers and moving the boat nicely. So expecting the conditions just to slow down the times a little bit compared to what we saw with the men's ones. Garcia Dominguez making it through to the knockout in the quarterfinal stages with wins against Croatia and Germany before losing out to the individual neutral athletes in the semi-finals.
Get ready. Attention.
Lily Li of China. The 17-year-olds now coming down to the boat. A quick change into the boat, and she is well and truly underway. A nice sprint start there for Li of China, as we just see Weiss of the USA now into the final stages of her race, back as the wind again just starts to pick up a little bit, making the conditions a little bit trickier for our rowers coming around the second of the turning buoys, though it is Garcia Dominguez of Spain. She'll set a very quick time, looking good to qualify directly through to the knockout stages. So the first of our women's under-19 solos up to the line, Ophelia Weiss of the USA in a 3:25.02. And again, that wind just starting to pick up, and you can see here Garcia Dominguez of Spain just having some dramas with the cross breeze, making it a little bit trickier for the rowers. We're just fixing up the boats on the water for our next rower to come through. So a slight delay. So we have now Alejandra Garcia Dominguez of Spain onto the beach now. A nice transition. And you can hear the cheers from the crowd as she comes up towards the buzzer. A big push there. And a 3:07.19. So the quickest of the two rowers so far. Lily Li of China, our next rower to come up towards the beach. So Lily Li of China coming onto the beach into the final sprint. So that's a 3:08.24. So just a second off Garcia Dominguez of Spain. Now we do have a slight delay. We're just fixing up the boat for our next rower. So we do have a slight delay here in the time trial for the women's under-19 solos.
Put the boats in the water.
Italy.
Get ready. Attention.
Italy's Maria Lanciano is underway. She is the reigning European champion, fifth in this event in 2024 on home waters in Genoa. And very quick down towards the boat and very quick off the line. So we'll wait to see what time she sets. So that is Maria Lanciano of Italy, our rower on the course.
In the water.
Latvia.
Get ready. Attention.
It is Latvia's Sabina Kazmere who is now down on her boat and making a start here. So Kazmere of Latvia, a nice run down towards the beach. And now moving that boat nicely as we see at the top of the course, Lanciano of Italy just about to go around her final turning buoy before the final sprint back down towards the beach.
In the water.
Germany.
Get ready. Attention.
Germany's Mia Tativa down onto the beach now as she makes her start. So she made it through to the knockout stages of the European titles with a win against Robul of Ukraine before losing out to Garcia Dominguez of Spain in the quarterfinals. That was at the European titles a few weeks ago. The winner of those European titles, Maria Lanciano,
In the water.
coming up towards the beach now. Motoring around the finals, turning buoy as well, is Latvia's Sabina Kazmere.
Türkiye.
Get ready. Attention.
And the locals will be hoping she's got the power. Turkiye's Derin Kumuk is now underway into the boat cleanly and off and racing. So Maria Lanciano of Italy, a 3:02.62. So she is the fastest time so far in the women's under-19 solos on the course at the moment. Sabina Kazmere of Latvia just coming down towards the beach now. And Mia Tativa of Germany around the final turning buoy.
Canada.
Get ready. Attention.
Canada's Autumn Pryor now underway. She is in her second World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals, came 17th in 2024. She's in the mixed double sculls with Oliver Brennan, again a little bit later on today. Kazmere of Latvia, a 3:11.72, so she is the fourth fastest through the opening stages of this women's under-19 solo time trials.
In the water.
Tativa of Germany coming now into the beach.
Peru.
Get ready. Attention.
And it is Peru's Maria Jose Savasco who is now underway. She was fourth in the junior women's double sculls in 2024. So again, plenty of coastal rowing experience. We now have a fastest time. Mia Tativa of Germany at 2:58.54. So that is the fastest time, 4 seconds quicker than Maria Lanciano of Italy.
In the water.
Derin Kumik of Turkey coming into the beach now. Let's hear a
Romania.
cheer for her.
Get ready. Attention.
Romania's Denisa Claudia Grigore is now underway in the boat and moving as we just see Derin Kumik of Turkey, the third fastest at 3:04.63. So that is the third fastest time. Grigore of Romania just missing out on qualifying for the knockouts by 0.12 of a second at the European titles. So she'll be looking to rectify that here in the time trials at
Austria.
the Worlds.
Get ready.
And let's cross now to Oktay, who is down with Derin Kumuk of Turkey.
Evet, Derin Kumuk'la birlikteyiz. Kadınlar kategorisinde ilk performansı, harika performans sergiledi. Hoş geldin Derin. Nasıl hissediyorsun? Nasıldı?
Attention.
Çok iyiydi. Bütün rakiplerime şimdiden başarılar ve tebrik ederim. Vallahi çok güzeldi. Şimdi ilk ayağı atlattık. Sonra inşallah ikinci time trial'e kalmadan o ilk 16, sonra ilk 8, sonra dünya şampiyonası inşallah.
Harikasın. Sana başarılar diliyoruz. Kendine iyi bak. Bir sonraki parkurda görüşmek üzere.
And we are now Marlena Kure of Austria, our latest rower to get underway. So
Put
she
the
is
boats in the water.
having a nice little start. One final B at the European title, so she finished third at the European, so expecting some big
Estonia.
things from her. She'll compete in the mixed coxed quads a little bit later on today, as well as finishing 11th in the under-19 women's double sculls in 2024. Autumn Pryor of Canada, 3:14.26. She's in 7th. Estonia's Lisette Mand is now underway and in the boat, as we just see here the sprint coming from Maria Jose Savasco of Peru. Mand of Estonia, 2 seconds off qualifying for the knockout stages of the European titles. She finished 18th at the the under-19 women's double sculls on the flat water course. So
Put the boats in the water.
plenty of talented rowers in both the beach sprints and the flat water taking part here in Antalya.
Ukraine.
Get ready. Attention.
Maria Robel of Ukraine is now underway. She was sixth in the under-19 mixed double sculls last year and then also competed in the junior world titles in the women's quad sculls earlier this year, part of a Ukrainian crew that finished in 9th place. Peru's Maria Jose Savasco, 3:13.49. She's currently sitting in that final qualification position. Denisa Claudia Grigore of Romania, 3:12.57. So she is in 7th place, also in the qualification positions,
Lithuania.
direct through to the
Get
knockouts.
ready. Attention.
Lithuania's Eva Avlosivute is now off into the boat and pushed away, so moving quite nicely there. Marlena Kure of Austria, a 3:06.90, so she is now the 4th fastest time. That pushes Grigore of Romania into the 8th and final direct qualification position for the knockouts. Remember, it's the top 8 to go through, directly through to the knockouts, with the remainder going through to a time trial on tomorrow.
Egypt.
Get ready. Attention.
And some big cheers for the Egyptian rower, Mariam Awadallah, who is now into the boat. We'll see her in the mixed double sculls later on, along with Yassine El Kamati. El Kamati finishing 13th in the time trial for the men's under-19s. Setting himself up nicely for the second go through in the time trial tomorrow. Top 8 from the second time trial will also go through to the knockouts to join the top 8 from the time trials this morning. Lisetta Mand of Estonia, 3:15.89. She's in
France.
11th place at the moment.
Ready. Attention.
Lou Philippe of France is now underway. A nice sprint down towards the boat, jumping in and pushing off. So Philippe made it through to the quarterfinals of the European titles. Also finished 10th in the junior fours in 2025. So again, one of these rowers making the transition from the flat water rowing through to the coastals.
Put the boats in the water.
Maria Robel of Ukraine, a 3:08.22. That has moved her into 6th place. So Robel of Ukraine
Japan.
sitting in 6th place. She's in that qualification position.
Attention.
It is Japan's Riko Ishikura down on the boat at the moment, as we just see here the Lithuanian rower Avlosivute coming up towards the line, pressing the button. She's a 3:13.08, so just outside of that top 8. So she will go through to the second time trial tomorrow. She's sitting in 10th place.
Put the boats in the water.
Cyprus.
Get ready. Attention.
Evgenia Maria Polikapu of Cyprus is our latest rower to make the sprint down towards the water. jumping in. We just heard the big cheers for Mariam Awadallah of Egypt, and I can tell you she is the second fastest through the time. Big cheers coming from the Egyptian crowd, a 2:59.31, just 0.77 of a second behind Mia Tativa of Germany. So Mariam Awadallah of Egypt,
Ireland.
second place on the live standings.
Attention.
Isabella Monaghan of Ireland is now underway, and I can tell you we have a new fastest time. Lou Philippe of France, quickest time so far, 2:55.62. That does mean Mariam Awadallah moves down into third place with Mia Tativa. She's now been usurped at the top. Our final sculler, the rower sitting in the final qualification position, is Ukraine's Maria Robel, winner 3:08.22. So Lou Philippe of France, our new fastest rower.
Mexico.
Get ready. Attention.
The Mexican rower Andrea Montserrat Inosa Alvarez makes her start as we just see Riko Ishikura of Japan, 3:09.48. So she's sitting in 10th place on that live leaderboard. As things stand, we have France with the lead ahead of Germany, then Egypt in third, Italy in fourth, Turkey in fifth, Austria in sixth, Spain in seventh, and Ukraine in eighth.
Paraguay.
Get ready. Attention.
Agustina Lopez of Paraguay, our latest rower underway. Again, someone who's made the transition from the flat water rowing through to the beach sprints. She was 15th in the under-23 women's fours in 2025. As we just see now, Polikarpou of Cyprus just coming up towards the line. She is one of the youngest and the smallest rowers here today.
Put the boats in the water.
With a time there for Polikarpou of Cyprus of a 3:21.90. So she will go through to the second time trial tomorrow.
Czechia.
Get ready. Attention.
Czechia's Magdalena Vlasnikova is now down on the beach and being pushed off, moving nicely through these early stages here in the time trial, as we just see Isabella Monaghan of Ireland, a 3:13.64, so that is for 15th place at the moment, so she will go through to the second time trial tomorrow.
Put the boats in the water.
Vlasnikova of Czechia, again, one of the younger rowers that we have here. A number of rowers, 15, 16,
Thailand.
17 years old.
Attention.
Thatchaporn Phensawang of Thailand. racing down towards the beach as we just see here Andrea Hinojosa Alvarez of Mexico coming up and pushing the button in a 3:13.19. So she's sitting in 14th place on the live leaderboard. Fensawang of Thailand now underway, and again we'll see her, as we will for a number of these rowers, in the under-19 mixed double sculls. So they'll be coming up after we have the men's and the women's double sculls. They're the next two time trials to come.
Finland.
Get ready. Attention.
Stages at the European titles by 0.012 of a second. We'll be hoping not to have it quite as much of a heart stopper as it was back then, as we just saw Agustina Lopez of Paraguay touch the buzzer in a 3:05.24. That's put her into the qualification position. She is now sitting in 6th place. It does mean that the Ukrainian Maria Robel drops into 9th. She'll go through to the time trial tomorrow. Our 8th place rower now is Alejandra Garcia Dominguez of Spain.
Attention.
Eva Boga of Greece now underway. A nice sprint down towards the line. We just saw Magdalena Vlastenikova from Czechia press the button. 3:19. She's sitting in 4th place. She is in that qualification position at the moment. That does mean that the Spanish sculler drops out. She's now sitting in 9th place. Garcia Dominguez with the 8th place sculler Marlena Kure of Austria.
Put the boats in the water.
Vlastenikova of Czechia, 4th place on the live leaderboard.
Great Britain.
Get ready. Attention.
Plenty of cheers for Isabel Soyinka of Great Britain down towards the boat, jumping in, and away she goes as we just see the sprint coming here from Thatchaporn Fensawang of Thailand coming up towards the line to press the button. Time there for Fensawang of 3:20.61, so she will go through to the second time trial on tomorrow.
In the water.
Soyinka of Great Britain looking to qualify. She was 4th in the second time trial at the European titles before missing out in the knockout stages by 0.19 of a second.
Attention.
The cowbells are ringing as Anouk Luthi of Switzerland makes her way down towards the water, jumps into the boat and pushed off nicely, as we just see here Ilona Mäkelä of Finland. She's in a 3:14.44, so she will go through to the second time trial tomorrow. So we've just got 3 more rowers left to start, plus the 3 that are on the course at the moment. Eva Boga of Greece coming up towards the beach now.
Hong Kong, China.
Get ready. Attention.
Hong Kong, China is underway. Hoi Ying Lam. Makes her way down to the boat. We just saw there Eva Boga of Greece, 3:07.87. It's a quick time, but it's only enough for 10th so far. So she'll go through to the time trial tomorrow, but well and truly putting herself into a position to be able to make it through the second time trial. Top 8 from today go through directly through to the knockouts. And then the top 8 tomorrow joining them in the knockout rounds.
El Salvador.
Get ready. Attention.
El Salvador's Natalia Juliet Townsend makes her start as Isabel Soyinka from Great Britain comes up, pushes the button, 3:03.51. She's in 6th place. She's in the qualification positions. Top 8 to go through. That means Agustina Lopez of Paraguay now sitting in 8th place. It does mean Marlene Kure of Austria
In the water.
will have to race tomorrow.
American Samoa.
Get ready. Attention.
American Samoa's Tupelua Vauli is now underway. So she's our final rower for the women's under-19 solos. We just saw Nook Luthi of Switzerland go through 3:01.22. She's in 5th. She has qualified for the knockout stages. That moves Soyinka of Great Britain down to 7th place, so she should be safe to go through. Agustina Lopez of Paraguay now dropping down to 9th place. She'll have to row again tomorrow. We've just got the 3 rowers on the course at the moment. So Hong Kong, China's Hoying Lam coming out towards the beach at the moment. Coming around the final turning buoy, it is El Salvador's Natalia Juliet Townsend and then Tupelua Vauli of American Samoa, our final rower on the course at the moment. We just saw Hong Kong, China's Hoi Ying Lam go through, touch the buzzer in a 3:18.54. So again, she'll be going through to the second time trial tomorrow. So Natalia Townsend of El Salvador into the final 100 metres or so as she heads down towards the beach. And then Tupelua Vauli of American Samoa just coming up towards the final turning buoy. Natalia Townsend of El Salvador round the flag. The big sprint to the line. And a time for Townsend of 3:26.29. So again, she'll go through to the second time trial tomorrow. So as things stand with our final rower on the course, Tupelua Vauli of American Samoa. So our 8 qualifiers as things stand. In first place, Lou Philippe of France, a 2:55.62, easily the quickest time. Mia Tativa of Germany, a 2:58.54. She was 3 seconds back. Mariam Awadallah of Egypt, a 2:59.31. She qualified in third. Magdalena Vlastenikova of Czechia in fourth in a 3 minutes, 0.19. Anouk Luthi of Switzerland qualifying in a 3:01.22. Maria Lanciano of Italy, 3:02.62. Isabel Soyinka of Great Britain qualifying in a 3:03.51. And then Derin Kumuk of Turkey qualifying in the 8th and final position in a 3:04.63. As we just see now, our final rower coming up towards the line. This is Tupolua Vaioli. These are the first American Samoa rowers to compete in a World Rowing Beach Sprint final. So the big sprint finish. Let's make some noise for Tupolua Vaioli of American Samoa. So just a reminder of those final qualification positions in the women's under-19 solos. France, Lou Philippe in first, Mia Tativa of Germany in second, Mariam Awadalo of Egypt in third, Magdalena Vlastenikova of Czechia in fourth, Anouk Luthi of Switzerland in fifth, Maria Lanciano of Italy in sixth, Isabel Soyinka of Great Britain in seventh, and Derin Kumuk of Turkey in eighth.
What an amazing start here. The women's solo just gone. But we can't wait to start with the double. We are surely going to race and, of course, going to leave the under-19 men's double and the under-19 women's double. And the chance wanted that there are nine boats in every race, the next two races.
Evet, genç erkekler kadınlar kategorisinde tek çifteler bitti ve şu anda artık 9 takım iki çifteler de gelecek genç erkekler ve genç kadınlar kategorisinde.
But the best part is that the crowd is here, and I can see both stands that are. I can see. I know. I can see. And one thing that I would love to do with you is dancing, but we'll do that later on. Well, you sort of ready, hey? So let's change the plan now because I want to do something with you. What's your name? Abby. Let's make some noise. I love her. Well. Abby can't do much by herself, so could you kindly help all together? Let's make some noise all together now. Okay, they will do. Let me hear the other side. Let's make some noise together in 3, 2, 1, go. Some noise there. And now we do it for the first time here in Antalya. All together, this side, that side, in 1, 2, 3. The Antalya noise. I love it. That's what I wanted. Back to racing.
3 minutes. Put the boats in the water.
Spain.
Get ready. Attention.
And we are underway in the under-19 men's double sculls. The big sprint there from the Spanish rower. We've got Anton Ivanov of Spain and Marco Liata Samper in the stroke seat. He was the one doing the sprint. Liata Samper, he knows how to win this event because he's got a gold medal in his collection from 2024. Spain winning the under-19 men's double sculls then and looking very good off the line. So we are just having some technical difficulties with the qualifiers for the women's under-19, so they'll come up on the big screen as soon as we get those sorted.
Get ready. Attention.
So the Italians now underway with a very fast-moving Andrea Schiavizzo Vassano in the stroke seat, Stefan Dominic Magusu in the bow seat. The Italians now well and truly underway. You will notice with these crew boats that one rower will sprint at the start. The other rower can only get in the boat once the start has been given. So when one rower starts sprinting, the other rower jumps into the boat to make it as seamless as possible. So in this event, we have the 9 entries. The top 7 will go directly through to the qualification.
Get ready. Attention.
And big cheers again for the Egyptians, Ibrahim Abdelatif, who is making his way onto the boat now, and they are underway. In the bow seat, you have Ziad Farag. Both of these rowers just 16 years old, as we just see the Spanish crew now of Ivanov and Liata Sampa coming up towards the beach. It is going to be Ivanov doing that. It's a massive sprint down towards the finish. It's going to be a very hard time to beat. So a 2:29.26. The 8th and 9th places in these time trials will face off in a knockout repechage this afternoon.
Get ready. Attention.
Great Britain now underway, and it is again the stroke seat. Valen Giacchetto ahead of moving down towards the boat. Edwin Van Lopik sitting in the bow, and they are well and truly underway. So we're seeing some fantastic sprint starts here in the under-19 men's double sculls. The Italians now, Maguzzo about to jump out of the boat. Just a little stumble there as he jumped out, coming around the flag now. So the Spanish set a 2:29.26 for the Spanish, a 2:31.57 for the Italians. You just don't want to finish in 8th and 9th and put yourself in that knockout repechage.
Türkiye.
Get ready. Attention.
Ahmed Ofluogo of Turkey. And Oguz Keçek. Keçek the sprinting down towards the line of the have now pushed off. Ofluogo was in the singles, in the solos at the European Championships. Made the knockout round before he lost to Krajcek of Czechia. As we're just seeing now the Egyptians running up towards the finish. So at 2:30. So the time there for the Egyptians, 2:31.28. So they are just a little bit quicker than the Italians. So Italy at the moment sitting in third after our first three crews.
Get ready. Attention.
And it is Julius Blumel of Germany making his way down to meet Julius Schuler in the bow seat. So they are now underway. We just saw a little bit of a wide line from Great Britain as they came around that final turning buoy, but they have now straightened up and are motoring down towards the beach. We've got Turkey, who are just coming around the final turning buoy now. Great Britain about to do the sprint onto the beach.
Put the boats in the water.
USA.
Get ready. Attention.
The USA underway. Say Anish Mashararam and Leyland Angel. So they are now pushing off there. The Great Britain time, 2:39.10. That sits them in 4th place at the moment. So they are a little ways off the pace set by Spain, Italy and Egypt. Coming onto the beach now, it is Turkey. A big sprint coming up here from Turkey.
Boats in the water.
A big dive from Ofluogu. Let's cross now. Ofluogu of Turkey,
Ireland.
2:33.98, so they're sitting in 4th.
Attention.
Ireland now underway. It's Luke Nixon and Thomas Sheridan as we cross back now to Luca.
Yeah, here we got Great Britain. They currently have a third time, I would say. So how was your feeling today?
It was all right. It wasn't our best race, but we're happy to get around the course and we gave everything. So,
give us a bit of an update on the water conditions out there. It's sort of pumping up a little bit.
it's maybe getting a little bit more bouncy than what it was in training, but it's still pretty flat.
You happy with that?
We'd maybe like some more waves because we've done a lot of training in big waves. But we can handle any conditions. So yeah.
Get ready.
Thank you very much.
Attention.
And our final crew underway. It is Ukraine, Matvey Stepenko and Sviatosa Burian. And now into the boat and pushing off. A reminder that the top 7 will go directly through to the knockout stages. It is 8th and 9th places that will go out to the repecharges later on this afternoon in the first of our knockout races. The crew coming down to the course now, just going a little bit too much towards the centre. It is the United States of America, Mahesh Swaram and Angel. So they'll just need, as they come onto the beach, just to come around the flag. As we see the sprint here from the USA. They want to be quicker than 2:33.98. It is a 2:52.89. So our final two at the moment are Great Britain and the United States of America, with Ireland and Ukraine, our final two crews on the course. Just some rough turning there from the Ukrainians as they came around from lane 1 into lane 2. The Irish now just moving onto the course.
Are we minding the gap also for the next race? The gap for the next race, are we minding it also?
And just a stumble from the Irish as they came onto the beach. It is Luke Nixon from Ireland with the big sprint up towards the line. Let's check the time for Ireland. It is a 2:43.62. So what that does mean is Great Britain are through to the knockout stages. 7th and 8th at the moment are Ireland and the USA. So we'll wait to see what time the Ukrainians set as they're just coming into the final stages before the final beach sprint of the under-19 men's double sculls. Sviatosa Burian of Ukraine. Onto the sprint. He'll need to be quicker than 2:43.62. 2:33.62. So Ukraine are through to the knockouts. Our repechage race later on today will be between Ireland and the United States of America in the under-19 men's double sculls. So confirmation of our progressions in the men's under-19 men's double sculls. Germany first in a 2:24.63. Spain in second, 2:29.26. Egypt third with a 2:31.28. Italy just behind them in a 2:31.57. Ukraine fifth in 2:33.62. Turkey 2:33.98. That got them sixth. Great Britain in 7th, 2:39.10. Those 7 crews going through to the knockout stages, with Ireland a 2:43.62 and the United States of America 2:52.89 going through to the repechage later this afternoon. And let's throw down to Oktay with the Turkey crew.
Evet, şu anda Ahmet Ofluoğlu ve Oğuz Kekeş'le birlikteyiz. İki genç sporcumuzla beraber nasıl hissediyorsunuz? Nasıldı ev sahibi olarak yarışmak?
Çok iyi hissediyoruz, güzeldi.
Ahmet sen?
Çok yorulduk. Daha yeni yarıştan çıktık, daha 3 dakika oldu. Gayet iyi çektiğimizi düşünüyorum ekip arkadaşımla birlikte.
Mutluyuz, sonuçları bekliyoruz.
Nasıldı? Parkur nasıldı? Hava nasıldı?
Parkur güzeldi. Biraz hava atması var rüzgardan kaynaklı. Ama bir sorun çıkartmadı bizim için. Alışkınız zaten böyle havalara. Onun için takım arkadaşıma da teşekkür ederim.
Nasıldı buraya kadar hazırlık, bu süreç? Neler yaşadınız ve bize en son ne söylemek istersiniz?
Avrupa Şampiyonası'na da çok iyi hazırlandık. Dünya Şampiyonası'na da aynı şekilde. 1,5 aydır kamptayız. Buraya en alışkın olan ekip biziz. Çok da iddialımız olduğumuzu düşünüyoruz.
Harikasınız. Sizleri artık uğurluyoruz alkışlarla. Size başarılar diliyoruz. Çok teşekkürler. And what's next, Luca?
Well, what's next? Well, we all know that you can cheer a lot. We all know that you're enjoying the day. You've been watching and supporting the men's double. Now we are moving into the women's double. But before we do that, I heard your support. I heard your support. I heard your voice. But I want to see how good you are in dancing. I think our DJ Covell is ready. So please stand. If you can, start standing. And in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh.
Evet, tam zamanı.
And now you show me what you can do with your hands on this side.
And together, by the way.
That's great. I know you have to walk away. Wow.
Herkesi dansa. We invite you to dance.
That's okay, but let's see on the other side. I want to see on the other side, please. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. I love it. I know. It's not long to go. Not long to go. We are about to start. Oh, wow.
Herkesi davet ediyoruz dansa. Herkesi.
You're doing amazing. This is just a start, a starting point of what we are going to face over the weekend. This is just a start. If you are enjoying, you are in the right place. And if you want to bring your friends, feel free to do so. Back to the tower now. Zoom it. Yes, perfect. No, they do. If I can get closer. As soon as I walked away. Yeah. It's sort of a personal thing. Yeah, it is. Not personal. But it is. That's why it's not going to be too much. If I can't get closer. They did it. But yeah, they were dancing.
Put the boats in the water.
USA.
Get ready. Attention.
And we are underway in the women's under-19 double sculls. The USA first off the line. They are the defending champions. Annalise Hull and Annalie Duncombe winning in 2024. This year we have Mary Bain in the bow seat and Catherine Cole in the stroke seat. The USA underway here.
Put the boats in the water.
Spain.
Get ready. Attention.
Our next crew down is the Spanish crew of Marta Paredes Fernandez and Carmen Jarabo Perez. Spain, the only country to have won gold in every World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. Can they do so again and keep the streak going in 2025? Jarabo Perez, she won bronze in the under-19 mixed double sculls in 2024, so knows how to get towards the pointy end of the competition.
Ukraine.
Get ready. Attention.
And Ukraine now underway. That is Solomia Lovotsa and Lyubov Surenkova into the boat now, and they are now moving. Both of these rowers took part in the under-19 women's quad sculls earlier on this year in the flat water rowing, and then we had Surenkova finishing with a bronze medal in this event in 2024 in Genoa.
Put the boats in the water.
The USA now just coming up towards the beach. In behind them, we've got the Spanish. Ukraine just making their start past the first buoy. USA about to make their final sprint to the line.
Get ready. Attention.
Lucy Whiteley gets things underway for Great Britain. She finished 7th in this event in 2024. Waiting for her down in the bow seat is Emma Nicholson. So Great Britain now underway. Our first time in the under-19 women's double sculls was the USA at 3:03.97. Again, in this event, it's top 7 to go directly through to the knockouts, with 8th and 9th going to the repechage.
Put the boats in the water.
Ireland.
Get ready. Attention.
It's your responsibility.
Ireland now underway. Gabriella Donahue and Kate Dunn. The Irish entry here in the under-19 women's double sculls. The Spanish Paredes Fernandez just pressed the button in a time of 2:47.57. So that was 16 seconds quicker than the crew from the USA. As we just see Ukraine coming up, and they're just clipping the buoy. That's going to take a little bit of time off them. So important. So important over the final run to the beach that you stay clear of the buoys, but don't go too far wide and lose too much time. Ukraine now coming up to the beach.
Germany.
Attention. Get ready. Attention.
Mia Tativa of Germany. We've already seen her qualify for the solo under-19 women's single scull. She's now with Selma Lotte Ritter in the bow seat. And again, a very quick start there from the Germans. Ukraine just came through in a 2:57.32, so they are sitting in second after the first 3 crews have crossed the line. Great Britain now, the crew coming up towards the beach. We've got Ireland rounding the buoys at the top of the course.
In the water.
And now Germany moving nicely through the water past their first turning buoy.
Egypt.
Get ready.
No.
So just a false start there for the Egyptians. So they'll come back and go
Egypt,
again.
please come back to the start line.
Great Britain a time of 2:51.28. They are the second quickest through the early stages. That does mean that themselves and Spain have qualified for the knockouts so far.
I start all over again.
Put the boats in the water.
Egypt,
Get ready. Attention.
And we are underway now for the Egyptians, Aliyah Ali and Rimas Ahmed. Ali jumping into the boat, and they are now pushing off as Ireland went through into 3:10.48, so they are now sitting in that final spot. So they are sitting in the repechage spot, as are the USA. It does mean Ukraine are through to the knockout stages.
Put the boats in the water.
Germany now coming up towards the beach for the final sprint.
Türkiye,
Get ready. Attention.
Plenty of cheers as Turkey make their start. So Meleksu Aktepe doing the sprint down, and waiting for her is Irem Ustandag. And they are now underway. Germany pressed the button in a 2:47.34. They are now the new fastest crew on the course. As it stands, it's still Ireland and the USA that's in the two slowest times. So looking,
in the water.
as things stand, they would go through to the repechage. Egypt just coming down for the final run to the beach. And Turkey just coming up
Italy.
towards their second turning buoy.
Get ready. Attention.
Maya Antoni from Italy making her start. Waiting for her is Barbara Chili. As our final crew is now underway here in the women's under-19 double sculls. A reminder that 8th and 9th place will go through to a knockout repechage later on this afternoon. So the Italians are underway. Egypt now coming up towards the finish line. Both crew members only 15 years old. We'll also see Rimas Ahmed in the bow seat in the mixed coxed quad sculls. So that'll be on this afternoon. Egypt now with the final sprint towards the line. They need to be quicker than 3:03.97. .254.76. So Egypt go through to the knockouts of the women's under-19 double sculls. Just the two crews left. Turkey in their final run down towards the beach. And Italy just coming around, moving from lane 1 into lane 2. Turkey handling a little bit of a clash with the boys. Handling it quite nicely. Didn't upset their rhythm too much. Still putting on that big sprint now down towards the finish. Again, it's a 3:03.97. They need to be quicker than that to avoid the repechage. As we just see Irem Ustangag. Türkiye 255.55. They're through to the knockouts. That does mean that Ireland are into the repechage this afternoon. So that's Dunn and O'Donoghue through to the knockouts. But who will be joining them? Will it be the USA or will it be Italy? Italy into their final sprint, final run down towards the beach. They've got about 100 metres or so to go down to the beach. They need to be quicker than 3:03.97 to qualify for the knockouts. To Barbara Chili from Italy. 255.28, so they're through to the final 8. For the final qualification positions in the women's under-19 double sculls. Germany in first at 247.34, Spain in second 247.57, Great Britain in third 251.28, Egypt in fourth with a 254.76, Italy in fifth 255.28, Turkey sixth, 255.55. Ukraine in seventh, 257.32. So they are through to the final 8. In the repechage this afternoon, it will be the United States of America and Ireland with a 3:03.97 for the USA and a 3:10.48 for Ireland.
Three minutes.
Evet, şu anda güçlü kadınlar, güçlü kürekler diyoruz ve İrem Üstündağ, Melek Su Aktepe yanımda. Öncelikle sizi tebrik ediyoruz performansınızdan dolayı. Neler oldu? Nasıl hissediyorsunuz kızlar?
Nasıl hissediyoruz?
Çok heyecanlar şu anda.
Yani çok istediğimiz gibi bir performans sergileyemedik ama daha önümüzde çeyrek finaller var. O yüzden şimdilik stres yapmıyoruz.
Tabii ki heyecanlıyız bu kısımda. Heyecanımız yüksek. Neler oldu? Sahada, parkurda neler yaşadınız?
Hava yani kıyıdan göründüğü gibi olmadığı için açıktayken biraz afallattı bizi. Tekne olarak da biraz hafif olduğumuz için beklediğimizden daha çok attı. Toparlayabildiğimiz kadar toparladık ama işte bitti bir şekilde. Çeke çeke bitiyor.
Sizlerle gurur diyoruz. Bir sonraki turda başarılar diliyoruz. Yüreğimiz sizinle birlikte. Tekrardan başarılar.
Put the boats in the water.
Great Britain.
Get ready. Attention.
And the reigning under-19 mixed double scull champions, Great Britain, take us underway here in the time trial. In 2024, it was Sol Chamberlain Hyde and Leah Saunders. In 2025, it's Olivia Hodgson who did the sprint down towards the boat, and Thomas Biddle in the bow seat. So Great Britain, the reigning champions, off first here in the mixed double under-19 mixed double sculls. The top 8 qualified directly through to the final 16, with the rest going through to a time trial tomorrow.
Spain.
Get ready. Attention.
And the Spanish now underway. Elia Jorge Clement and Xavier Torres Montoro. Our two Spanish crews, they won bronze in this event. Spain won bronze in this event in 2024. They'll be looking to upgrade that. As mentioned earlier, Spain, the only country to win gold in every single World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. Can they continue that in 2025?
In the water.
Austria.
Get ready. Attention.
And the Austrians underway. Caroline Schwendinger and Nicholas Reudmeier. Our two rowers, Schwendinger with the sprint down towards the boat. And they are now underway. It is Great Britain now, the first of our crews, coming up towards the beach, getting ready for that final sprint. It's going to be Thomas Biddle. Will they make top 8 and go through to the round of 16?
The boats in the water.
Ukraine.
Get ready. Attention.
Ukraine underway. Senia Ratushniak and Maxim Sivko, our two Ukrainian rowers, and already a very nice sprint there from Ratushniak. And they are now moving that boat nicely out towards the first turning buoy. Great Britain first through the course, 2:38.51, the time to beat. Spain now coming up for their sprint down towards the line. Xavier Torres Montoro.
In the water.
And a new fastest time, 2:35 for Spain.
Türkiye.
Get ready. Attention.
And the big cheer goes up as Turkey make their way onto the boat. Efnan Sezgin in the stroke seat, Ali Azrin Oz in the bow. And again, they've moved off quite nicely. A bit of waves coming through just as they went. And just some dramas there for Oz, just as they took those first few strokes. But Turkey now moving nicely. Austria coming up for their sprint through to the finish. Nicholas Reudmeier.
Peru.
Get ready. Attention.
Peru now underway. We've already seen Maria Jose Savasco racing in the women's under-19 solos. Juan Jose Murillo Puello also racing in the men's under-19s. A great sprint there from Savasco as they head off. Austria went through 2:38.41. They were 0.1 of a second quicker than Great Britain. So the rankings at the moment, Spain, Austria and Great Britain after the first three. Ukraine with the sprint.
Cyprus.
Get ready. Attention.
Cyprus now underway. Evgenia Maria Policarpou, who we saw in the women's solos. The youngster rowing with Georgios Antonio. Ukraine went through in a 2:38.37. That's now the second fastest time on the course. So a very quick time there for Ukraine. Remember, it's top 8 directly through to the round of 16, with the rest going through to the time trials. Sprint here from Turkey. New fastest time, Turkey, 2:34.13.
China.
Get ready. Attention.
Zhongtao Su of China doing the sprint down towards the boat. Weiwei Zhu sitting in the bow seat, and China are now underway. The under-19 double sculls. So the rankings as they stand, Turkey ahead of Spain, and then Ukraine, Austria and Great Britain. As we see now the crew from Peru coming up for the final sprint to the line.
Romania.
Get ready. Attention.
Romania's Cosmini Iona Chiric gets us underway. The 9th crew down the course. Yeah, waiting for her is Vasila Stefanioia as they now make their move. Peru went through in a 2:40.39. They are sitting in 6th at the moment, so you would think that they would be going through to the time trial tomorrow. Plenty of crews still to come here in the under-19 mixed double sculls. Our crew coming up towards the beach are Cyprus.
Hungary.
Get ready. Attention.
The Hungarians are underway, and it is Janka Demko doing the sprint down to the boat. Waiting for her is Marta Mazzosi. As they get onto the boat, get those push from the boat handlers. And they are now moving quite nicely as we see China now. And it will be Weiwei Zhu who'll jump out from the bow seat, make her sprint up towards the line.
In the water.
Germany.
Get ready. Attention.
So Germany now underway, and that is Anna Yuri Kosecki with Miklas Schier in the bow seat. So they've moved that boat quite... Oh, just a couple of rough strokes there through the start. Now just getting their rhythm back. China were the latest crew to go over the finish line, 235.55. So that puts them in third place. The Romanians now coming up to the beach for their sprint to the line.
Italy.
Get ready. Attention.
Italy's Pasquale Tamburino sprinting down to the boat. Waiting for him is Silvia Messina in the bow seat. She'll be doing the second sprint in these double sculls. Both rowers do need to do the sprints. So you'll find that the first person doing the sprint will sit in the stroke seat, and then the second sprint will sit in the bow. Coming up towards the finish line now is Hungary. Romania, 255.58.
In the water.
So they are into the second time trial. So Romania through to the second time trial tomorrow.
USA.
Get ready. Attention.
Ophelia Weiss with the sprint down towards the boat for the United States of America. Ronan Ma in the bow seat of that boat, and they are now underway, moving that boat nicely. Hungary went through in a 241.47, so that sits them in 8th place through this early stages of the time trials for the under-19 mixed double sculls. The German crew just starting to come up towards their sprint now.
In the water.
They were silver medalists in the Euros, so expecting a quick time here from the Germans.
Greece.
Get ready. Attention.
Styliani Polychronidou of Greece doing the sprint down. Meeting her will be Nicholas Petalidis as they get the push from the handler, and they are well and truly underway. Germany did a 237.16. That puts them into 4th place, so into those unofficial qualification positions for the round of 16 in a couple of days' time.
In the water.
As we get ready for the start of the Lithuanians.
Lithuania.
Get ready. Attention.
Lithuania underway, and that is Gerda Subskinkati, and then waiting for her, Imantas Klinauskas. So both of these Lithuanian rowers, only 15 years old, getting the experience up. And we'll see them in the under-19 category for a number of years yet. The USA just coming down towards the finish. Italy, the last across the line, they did a 240.
In the water.
240.10 for Italy. They are currently in 8th place.
Japan.
Get ready. Attention.
Haru Murakami gets us underway for Japan. Gatuku Tsubota sitting in the bow seat as they just jump, as we just see Murakami jump into the boat, and they are now underway. The United States of America just crossed the line in a 2:44.93. They're sitting in 11th place through the early stages of this time trial.
Put the boats in the water.
Nicholas Petsalidis from Greece about ready to do his sprint down to the line.
Switzerland.
Get ready. Attention.
And the cowbells start ringing as Olivia Lunig makes her way down to the boat. Joining her is Konstantin Feuerstein as the Swiss now moving away, get the push, and they are now moving away. Greece went through in a 2:51.93. That puts them into 13th place. So again, going through to the time trial on tomorrow. Our next crew to come down to the beach.
In the water.
Next crew to come down to the beach for the sprint will be Lithuania.
Hong Kong, China.
Get ready. Attention.
No, no, no, no, no, no, no, no, no. I'm gonna wait on that. Hong Kong, China, we are gonna repeat the process, okay? How do the red? Sorry.
Put the boats in the water.
Hong Kong, China.
Get ready.
Not again, not again.
Attention.
So after a slight false start, Hong Kong, China are underway. Yo-Yo Shi making her way down to Hoi Him Sang. We've had a couple of crews cross over the line while we were waiting. Lithuania, 256.50. They're sitting in 16th. Japan, 249.83. They're sitting in 13th. And you can hear the cowbells are ringing because the Swiss are about to do their sprint up towards the finish.
Put the boats in the water.
Egypt.
Get ready. Attention.
There's been plenty of support for Egypt throughout the early stages of the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. That hasn't changed. We've just seen Mariam Awadallah sprinting down towards the boat where Yassine El Kamati was waiting for her. Awadallah already qualifying for the round of 16 in the under 19 women's solos. We just saw Konstantin Feuerstein from Switzerland.
Put the boats in the water.
Arms absolutely a pumping as he made his sprint towards the line. Switzerland finishing in a 2:37.5. That's good enough for 5th place. They are in those qualification positions
France.
as things stand.
Get ready.
Americano. Black.
Attention.
As the French are now underway, it is Alyssa Guilloton with Raphael Duboussac. Our two rowers here, and again, a young crew, both only 16 years old. And a nice little start there for the French. Just a little bit of a swell coming up, still quite flat conditions out there. We've heard from a couple of the crews
Put the boats in the water.
possibly preferring to have a little bit more training on a little bit rougher water, as we just saw the French a little close to the buoy. That has cost them a little bit of time. As we just see Hong Kong, China.
Get ready. Attention.
Mexico are underway. Enrique Cristiano Morelos Olivares, along with Andrea Montserrat Hinojosa Alvarez. Both rowers already competing in the solos, men's and women's solos. We're just seeing some dramas there with the oars for the Mexicans. They're just having some issues, and the oars actually popped out, so they're having to put the oar back into the gate, and that's thankfully the second time trial for the Mexicans to try and set a better time tomorrow. We're just seeing the Egyptians take a wide line to the sprint finish.
Canada.
Get ready. Attention.
Autumn Pryor for Canada, making her way down to the water for the second time today after competing in the solo women's under-19s. Joining her is Oliver Brennan, who competed in the men's solo under-19 event a couple of times. Hong Kong, China, 252.51. They're currently sitting in 17th. And Egypt, 244.28. They're currently sitting in 12th place. France about to sprint to the line.
Put the boats in the water.
Paraguay.
Get ready. Attention.
Paraguay now underway, and it is Eduardo Vasquez who heads down to the boat. Meeting him is Agustina Lopez. Both of these rowers already competing in the solo events and now moving away quite nicely. We just saw the French. It was a big sprint from Raphael Duboussac, but they've just missed out on potentially qualifying for the round of 16. 238.76. France sitting in ninth.
In the water.
Poland.
Get ready. Attention.
Go, go, go. Go.
Poland's Anna Kuzmida is underway. Antoni Borsiewicz waiting for her down at the boat. Crossing over the line then were the Mexicans, and it was a 259.48 for Mexico, so that sits them in 21st place and going through to the time trial tomorrow. But we did see them with that time. They did have the oar pop out of the lock at the start of the race for the stroke seat. So I am expecting a quicker time for the Mexicans in the time trial tomorrow. Canada getting ready for their sprint to the line.
Thailand.
Get ready. Attention.
Rairat Panthong and Thatchaporn Phensawang for Thailand. Again, two rowers already used to the conditions after competing in the solo event. They are now moving that boat. They're being pushed off and they are heading on to the water. We just saw Canada come through, 253.73, and that puts them in 19th position on the live leaderboard. So Canada in 19th.
Boats in the water.
Paraguay just getting ready for their sprint now to the line.
Czechia.
Get ready. Attention.
Czechia now underway. Katarina Novotna and Adam Perop. As Novotna jumps into the boat and they have been pushed off nicely. Paraguay with a 248.17. That sits them in 15th position on the live leaderboard. And now we've just got the four crews left to start. Poland now coming up towards the finish.
In the water.
Finland.
Get ready. Attention.
Kasper Salmi of Finland now underway. Joining him is Anni Rohila. Salmi already competing in the solos. The wind now just making things a little bit tricky. It's gone from a northerly to a southwesterly, so that protection that we have from the land turning around, and it is making conditions a little bit trickier for our rowers. Finland off cleanly. Coming up towards the finish line now is Thailand. Poland with a 251.5, 18th on the live leaderboard.
Ireland.
Get ready. Attention.
Isabella Monaghan from Ireland underway into the boat, and it is Sean Hart waiting for her in the bow seat. So Sean will be doing the sprint towards the finish. We've seen the tyres go through in a 259.09. That sits them in 24th position. So 24th for the tyres. They'll go through to tomorrow's time trial. Czechia coming up towards the beach for the final sprint.
Put the boats in the water.
El Salvador.
Get ready. Attention.
Diego Fernando Peña Fuentes underway for El Salvador. Waiting for him is Natalia Juliet Townsend. Again, both these rowers in the solos earlier on today, and you can just see how the wind is affecting how the boat handlers are able to keep control of that boat while they wait for the first rower to come down on the sprint. A little bit of a rough start here for El Salvador, but they are now moving that boat through. Czechia just came through at 243.80. So 243.80 for Czechia, and that puts them in 13th position on our live leaderboard. Remember, it's top 8 to go directly through to the round of 16.
American Samoa.
Get ready. Attention.
And our final crew of the under-19 mixed double sculls is American Samoa, and it is Tupulua Vaioli who is underway, heading down towards the boat. We're waiting for her was Carneal Lilio, and again, both rowers competing in the solos. The conditions just a little bit rougher. As we mentioned earlier, the wind's changed around from the north, coming in from the southwest, and that does make things just a little bit harder for our rowers. Just a little bit more chop, a little bit more to deal with. Ireland now coming up towards the beach. They're about to do their sprint, so that will be Sean Hart for Ireland. Is a very solid contact with the beach. Sean Hart with the big loping strides up towards the finish. And Ireland recording a time of 2:51.75. So that sits them in 20th position. So with our two crews still to come, we have El Salvador and American Samoa. So our leading crews at the moment are Turkey, Spain, China, Germany, Switzerland, Ukraine, Austria and Great Britain. These are the unofficial times at the moment. And once our final two crews have gone through, then we'll give a quick wrap up of our qualifiers for the round of 16 here in the under-19 mixed double sculls.
For example, I get it, it's been a false start because she's escaped before. But the other one, I mean, she's stopped over there. The signal, shout, and the sound. She had everything, so I don't think. And then the false start should be when you escape, not when you're standing over there. So,
So El Salvador, a penultimate crew, went through in a 3:15.41. That put them in 29th position. As our final crew now from American Samoa. Again, this is the first time we've seen American Samoa here at the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals. And our crew just coming up towards the line. Carneal Lilio from American Samoa, the youngster. Let's make some noise for our final crew, American Samoa. And that was a fantastic sprint for the line for American Samoa. As we just wait on the time there, so a 3:30.16 for American Samoa. So the unofficial times, our top 8 going directly through to the round of 16 in the under-19 mixed double sculls. In first place in a 2:34.13, Turkey. Second place in a 2:35 flat was Spain. Third place, 2:35.55, China. Fourth place in a 2:37.16, Germany. In fifth place, Switzerland with a 2:37.50. Ukraine in sixth with a 2:38.37. Austria in seventh with a 2:38.41. And Great Britain, our first crew off, our final crew to qualify directly to the round of 16. They went through in a 2:38.51, finishing 0.25 of a second ahead of the French crew. Our remaining crews will go through to the time trial. That's on tomorrow morning. And down by the water's edge, Luca, what a great morning of rowing. What did you think?
Well, what a great morning of rowing. Exactly right. It was an amazing morning session. We really had a lot of fun. And actually, the under-19, the future of beach sprint, were really, really, really into it. A lot of supports. The supports were amazing. They really enjoyed. You all enjoyed racing this morning. But there was a little touch. This afternoon we'll be back at 1 p.m. and we can't wait to see you all back. During the break, what to do during the break? Well, I've got a lot of ideas for you. You can go for food. You can also go and grab something to drink. Why not? Recharge your battery, because this afternoon I really want to hear all of your support for all the other athletes that are about to race.
Thank you Luca. Evet, öğleden önce seansını gençler kategorisinde tek çifteler ve iki çifte ve mix kategorilerinde tamamladık. Harika bir ortamda devam ediyoruz ve öğleden sonra baktığımızda yine men ve erkekler ve kadınlar kategorisinde devam ediyor olacağız. Öncelikle öğleden önce şöyle bir hatırlatma yapmak istiyoruz. Türkiye ekibi 2.34 gibi bir dereceyle lider tamamladı. Heyecanımız çok yüksek. Artık ufak bir öğle molasına gidiyoruz. Bu kısımda tamamlandıktan hemen sonra heyecan devam edecek. Tekrardan görüşmek üzere.